This is season 2, episode 12 of Just Saying. Welcome to it, Greybeard and the Bromeo on deck.
Man.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that. I was letting you fill the void there.
I thought like my internet had gone out because like there's no ways that Greybeard stopped talking yet. I mean, like I'm used to like these long rolling introductions, you know, where we say how's it to people in chat. We do a whole bunch of things. But yes, I am here. My internet apparently works just fine.
Well, welcome to it. So who do we have in chat? We got Yuckles, who's a reliable viewer out there. How's it, Yuckles? And of course, Vinko is here. And Devour, how's it, broski? Boyki, I said Boyki, that is fantastic. Borky, hello, Borky. Good to see you. Wow. Oh, Boyki, hey, Boyki. And Borky, just so you know, Boyki is a term of endearment. It means young man, I guess we'll go with. And Star, how's it? So basically the episode, there aren't a massive number of things to talk about today, but there are a couple of important ones. We've got a massive announcement about our mid-season tournament, the LAN we're having on the first Saturday of October, and a partnership that's been secured there. And then we're going to be giving away. We have a giveaway. Give it away now. We're going to be giving away 3 tickets for Comic-Con in Johannesburg, and that will be at the end of the stream. So that's the basic layout of the main things that we're talking about. But if there are issues that you want us to address, or if you've got questions or anything you want to say about Rocket League, about RSC, anything like that, please feel free to shout it out there. But talking about things, Rocket League, Bromeo, how much of the Esport World Cup Rocket League did you catch this last weekend?
Look, it was a week of sickness and work for me, so I didn't catch nearly as much as I wanted to. I know that there was some technical timeouts that lasted longer than any previous historical technical timeout has ever lasted, and that the blowback on Twitter was massive, and the memes were fantastic. So I caught a couple of the games, but not nearly enough to form an opinion on the entire event.
It was a fantastic event, and from a production point of view, the timeouts aside, and that there were a lot of technical issues. So long pauses, and which was a little frustrating. And yes, the world's longest ever recorded sweep of 2.5 hours for Vitality to sweep Space Station Gaming was just craziness. But outside of that, the production, it was so good. I loved how they ran the production, their crowd cams, the player reactions, crowd reactions. It was just such a superb looking event. So shout out to the guys involved with that. That was really, really cool. I did put out a tweet about because the only thing that was weird for me, I mean, you got your usual suspects on the talent pool. You know, Johnny Boy and Stumpy and Cole and Leafex and Cheeves and Jorby and Hercules. But the stage hosts were like 2 people. I had no idea who they were. And I'm like, where did these people come from? And like, I'm not even convinced they know the game, like the game, have ever opened the game. And do they even know who Drali is? But apparently there was a guy and a woman. The guy is looked like a Saudi guy and apparently quite involved in Rocket League in MENA. So that was cool. And the lady, I believe, came from Overwatch. So that was my only complaint, is that I felt like we should have had some of the peeps we know. But there were some interesting responses to my tweet. One was that there's still some controversy about Saudi's involvement in the Esport World Cup and whether it's sports washing or not, and maybe some talent refused an offer to go because they didn't want to be involved. Maybe that was one factor. And another thing I thought, Bromeo, was someone said, well, it's not RLCS. It's not quote unquote our event. It's the Esports World Cup. So it made sense to have talent that can maybe be across titles. So, because you're paying for people to come over and stuff. But anyway, that was the general response. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, Bromeo.
I feel the same way you do about working these events. Is that because we're so involved, you see the faces who work really, really hard in the scene, and there's many of them. And so it's very easy to say in our scene alone, there are so many people who deserve a crack at hosting or just being a part of it, rather than somebody who multi-titles, who is a Rocket League traitor, who doesn't who doesn't abide by the single title rule. And I get behind that completely, because in an event like this, especially where it's not feasible really to have a host host more than one title, because it's pretty much a full day thing anyway. It would make sense to have somebody representing Rocket League who is known by the Rocket League scene. So I don't know the politics behind it. I don't know the logistics behind it. I just would have loved to see somebody who we know. And I know that you also brought this up, but I would also love to see somebody from SSA once upon a time there. It would be so nice, because you were like the Cinderella region, before Cinderella put on the blue dress and got all pretty. And
well, SSA will always be the ugly stepchild. And for some SSA is always, when things go wrong, it goes wrong with SSA. Like there was a while ago when drops were on the ACGL channel during RLCS, there was some cock up, and the SSA channel didn't get the drops. And then there was an announcement or whatever, and they messed up that. And then now Rocket League Esports put out a thing today saying, thanks for all the regional broadcasts. And they listed all the regions that broadcast out, and there was ACGL with a link to Hungarian esports.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, and it's very easy to take it like as a joke, but it would be nice to see our region taken seriously. And I know that we're still a little boy in a big scene, but I think representation, we spent an entire season talking about local representation at player level. I think it would be just as nice, if not better, to see it represented by the community. And that's where I believe so strongly in, is that I think SSA has one of the best communities. And I only say that because I'm a part of it, but I firmly believe it. And just from that perspective alone, I will advocate it until the day I step off.
And you're absolutely not wrong. And on that subject, I see that FIFA, or the FIFA World Cup, they have called for applications for content creators to co-stream, or to be involved, to partner with FIFA for the broadcast, and that will include people going to Riyadh to stream from there, and there's a whole bunch of things. So I've put my hand up. So we'll see where that goes, if there is positive response to that, and if anyone else thinks they want to be part of that, you might as well fill in the form. I mean, hey, why not? Let's get some local content creators involved. Romeo, I see Etienne Dazel's here. Darth's dad is in the chat. Hello, Etienne. Good to see you, and welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Bromeo, should we get on with it? We got things to talk about. We are halfway through the preseason. This time next week, the first week of RSC Season 4 will be underway.
Man, I'm so excited for this. This whole week has been so cool. I got drafted by Unity, and so I've spent the last week playing Rocket League with my peers, and reminded why I should have kept practicing, because I am completely washed. I mean, as washed as a prospect who never got out of prospect can be. but it has been so cool. And it's, one of those continuous validation things as to why this community is so awesome. So uh, this first week has just been group games. There's some orgs who've been absolutely smashing it out of the parks, and there's some orgs who haven't. I know my team didn't succeed too well, but when I asked some of the org managers, just for a what happened in your org this week, I think what happened for Death Cloud, I think. Let me just find it quickly. Death Cloud has an interesting stat. 3/4 of Death Cloud teams are undefeated in preseason so far. So just a word out there, they're already flexing, and it's preseason. So go out there, do your absolute best. They are now your enemy. You must beat them.
Well,
Yeah.
it's worth mentioning that Dank Avocado is producing the podcast tonight because Raids last minute was pressed into duty for Azura. I think they were a player short on some preseason stuff, so he's jumping in and so he didn't message me actually. He just got hold of Dank and it's like, hey man, I'm out. I got Rocket League to go and play. So shout out to Dank for jumping in there and producing tonight. So already the distraction of RSC League play and Season 4 is a real thing.
Oh man, it is, and this week it only gets tighter. So once your 4 group games are done, you're gonna go into the finals if you did well enough. So there must be a cautionary tale said at this point. I was part of the much vaunted bro community prospect team of RSC Season 2. And I got drafted. We went the entire of preseason undefeated. And then we never won a game again.
Oof.
And we're still the only team to ever played an entire season of RSC having never won a game.
That is wild. What a stat.
Yeah, that was hectic. So I'm still recovering from it, and that was 2 seasons ago. But never forget. So I know that Death Cloud Esports thinks things are going well. Just don't let the community curse hit you hard. Just don't win the entire preseason thing, and then you should be fine. But it is a message to everybody else. Go out there and beat Death Cloud. They think they're good. They think they're better than you, and they want to beat you. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got from that. But preseason is going to be where you get a lot better of an idea of what these orgs are going to look like. I think first cut is tomorrow or the day after. Wednesday. So all of the orgs are going to be shaving off a player or two. And then by Sunday, it'll be the final cut from 5 to 4. So you're going to be seeing a lot better of an idea of what these teams are going to look like. So Death Cloud are up there for early contenders, but there's also been a couple who have been doing really well. Let me just have a look here. I had the page open. It's not working 100%, but in Master, I see that I think White Rabbit were not doing too bad, and Abyss also not doing too bad. So
who's Abyss? That's Shadow. Shadow, yes.
Yes, Shadow Abyss. So whenever something sounds pretty dark, it's probably Shadow. For obvious reasons. But when the page is up and running and our smartest and brightest people are on it, we will share more. But if you don't have access to the sheet so far, you really, really should. It's this one right here in chat, and that tells you everything you need to know.
We are exactly a week from League Play. Monday next week, League Play is underway. The first stream will be Thursday, the 28th. So that's not too far. It's a Thursday a week. And I had so when you are scheduling your games, we are going to need games to stream. And in an ideal world, we stream one game from every tier, so from prospect up to master. So keep that in mind as you schedule your games in week one of league players. Keep your Thursdays. See if you can get your game scheduled for a Thursday night so we can stream live the action as it rolls out. And it really does. Oh, look at this.
Hey.
What does Dank just put on the screen here?
This is just the first part of the list.
Okay, that's the link you put in there.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to show off, but currently it's not complete. So chat, if your season is going well, please let me know so we can shout you out on here and stream. If it's going as bad as mine, then also put it out on stream, because this is the only place you get to brag about it, to be fair. And, you know, it's not as though you can go to dad and say, hey, dad, guess what? I just won my Rocket League game. And, you know, I might be quite a big cheese in the elite division, and expect him to know what you're talking about. So this is pretty much one of the only safe spaces where you can say, I am a rival player second in my division for Rocket League, and people will understand exactly what you mean. So tell us. Flocy is obviously telling us that DeathCloud Esports is the best and will ever be the best. We remember DSQ from last season, so do not forget. But I do think that you need to start sending us your clips, and you need to start sending us the news from the week. What happened? What was funny? Eben Fenta is saying AZG prospect swept Genesix. So Megaboom, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yo, shots fired. And you know what's amazing is that, I mean, Flocy's he's quite chatty at the best at times, but when it comes RSC, that man is not shy of anything. So Flocy, welcome back. We must be at the start of a new season of RSC, because Flocy is every other chat is Flocy's. So that's good to see. And now Ginger Muzz is here.
Yeah.
And he was complaining of being demoed by you, Bromeo. So is this some caster on caster violence out there?
Man, do you know, I saw him and I was like, do you know what? I have to greet him. And since Quick Chat was too toxic, I thought I would just say hi with the bumper of my car repeatedly. And, you know, that's something I found out. And excuse me, I'm just a little sick. But my reputation as being a merchant of demos has preceded me, and every single game I've played so far, the opponents have gone out of their way to make sure I got exploded. So my start to the season is not going well, because apparently I was a bully last season, and I've had this coming to me. So all of you out there, please stop demoing me. It hurts. My feelings are hurt, and my car is hurt.
Now, as we get started, there were possibly some housekeeping matters to talk about, Bromeo. We did mention the whole poaching rule last week, and the rules around that. And there have been reports. I don't have the details, and I don't know if you do, Bromeo, but it is worth mentioning, if we need to, around the abuse of admin controls.
Yes, there is something that needs to be mentioned there. There were a couple of chaps who didn't have a great time playing in the last week, because people are taking firm advantage of the new admin controls and pausing the game and setting scores back and things like that during scrims. And it must be found, if you're scrimming in an RSC capacity, it is under the RSC purview. So if you troll, you will be punished. This is a place for serious folk about serious matters, and we will be introducing it to the rulebook shortly. But as you know, it's SSA, so if it pisses off, we'll probably tell you off anyway. So please don't do it. It ruins the experience for everybody, because it might be funny to you, but there's somebody who will not find it funny. And
two things on that from my perspective. is, this RSC is a community-driven affair. It is supposed to be an awesome experience for everybody that's involved. So you have a responsibility to do well, play as hard as you can, win as much as you can, but your other responsibility is also to ensure that those you encounter along the way have an excellent experience. You are part of the broader awesome experience for everybody. So not to be Karens about it, but there will be, the penalties will be harsh because we have to stamp it out. But I don't think we have to beat it to death, Bromeo, but do not abuse the privileges. Use scrims for what they're intended for and be a part of, as the saying goes, don't be a Duus, be lekker.
Be lekker. Yeah, I agree with that completely. And from time to time, if you do something naughty, we will put it out on the broadcast. So today we're not naming names because there's no need, but in future we will. We will public shame. We do not have that charm.
I love it. That is preseason. Anything else preseason related, Bromeo, that we need to take up before we move on to our next topic?
No. The only thing I would say is enjoy your preseason, because one or two players will not be on your roster for much longer. Remember, this is a community event. It's to make friends. It's to make the community bigger. So you've had the chance now to play with a couple of people you've never played games with as a team before. And come what may, someone's going to get cut and someone's feelings are going to get hurt. So if you do get cut, and some cuts will happen, you might be the one cut, I might be the one cut. But it must be important to remember that the boys over at AZG, last season they ran a underground league for all of the rejects, the write-offs, the ones who weren't selected, the ones who weren't chosen. And they did an absolute fantastic job of collecting everybody together, running scrims, keeping it organized, keeping it fun. And we even managed to re-include some of those teams back into the tournament, in the mid-season tournament and things like that. So if you don't get picked, don't worry. Just get in touch with AZG and let the scrims commence, because your tournament isn't over if you don't get the cut now, because you can still be picked up by another org when they need a player, because they will. This is a long season and players drop out throughout. So do not lose heart. Keep playing, keep enjoying it, because you will get multiple opportunities throughout the season to play.
Well said, Bromeo. And and as much as possible, I think we have contingencies for everything. Well, for most things, and most important is that we want everyone to feel like they're part of something. And no matter what you do, whether you're playing for a team or not, or you're in the underground league, whatever, you are part of the broader community. And your participation and presence is really important. So thank you for being there and continue to be there. So we will talk more about league play next Monday, because that will then be underway. We'll talk about the stream on RSC, which, by the way, !RSC will give you the Twitch. Will it give you the Twitch link? It'll probably give you the Discord. So, Bromeo, if you can whack the RSC Twitch link in chat, because if anybody's not following the RSC Twitch channel, please do so. And that then brings us to updating everybody on the mid-season tournament. And this is usually, for the first 3 seasons of RSC, around halfway through the season, we have some kind of mid-season thing. And it's always a little bit of a chaotic thing squeezed in there. It's been a little bit of an afterthought, in part an afterthought and in part a grudge. It felt like a grudge purchase, like, we have to do a damn mid-season tournament. And so you throw this thing together. But this season is very different, mostly because it is going to be live and in person, a LAN in Stellenbosch, hosted by PRG, organized by Yuckles, which is so massive. This is the inaugural RSC LAN. We have never done something offline before. We are going to be doing it, and it is getting huger by the day and more awesome by the day. And that does bring us to an incredible announcement, which is going to be made on the stream. But Bromia, why don't you give us a bit of backstory to how this came about without giving all the details of who and what? But it was, for me, what is great about this is that it came about because of an event that we might otherwise not have attended, because it was a little bit out there, and you go, really? A LAN in Bloemfontein?
Yeah.
Why get involved? So tell us.
Well, it sort of follows the story of Lady and the Tramp. I was the one with the long ears, and they were the ruffian from the street. No, it didn't start like that at all. So what happened is I rocked up in this this lovely town called Bloemfontein City, I might add, under recognition that it's got a university and some other qualifying features. But yes, I arrived in the city of Bloem with zero expectations, just that I was asked to come and assist and enjoy this Bloemfontein LAN called Elite Gaming Fest, EGF. And I had zero expectations. I rocked up there. I knew that they were going to be playing other titles. Rocket League literally had a TV and a PlayStation last year where they played 1v1s. So that was pretty much my, basis to work upon. But working in, it turned out to be a lot bigger than it was last year. There were almost 50 players, all in all, for the genre of Rocket League. And from that, there were a couple of people involved that made this tournament run. And without giving who this benefactor is away, we had some very, very good chats because they were also on the sideline. And you know how conversations just strike up, and it turned out we had a lot in common, and a lot of the stuff that we wanted to achieve as a community, so did they. And I think that's the best way to describe it. It just seems like we've got a lot in common, and it made sense. So we met with them in their offices in Joburg and made it official. Myself and Greybeard took the journey to Midrand, and not many people go to Midrand anymore. Well, not on purpose. But in Midrand, we went to their offices, and we braved it so you don't have to. And we had a chat with these lovely guys. And yeah, I'm not sure how to continue talking about this without revealing who they actually are, GB. So how do you want to frame this?
Well, let's start getting into it. So the too long didn't read of all of it is that we have a partner for the mid-season tournament, the mid-season LAN. It is they're not going to be throwing cash because that's not what we wanted from them. But we are they are partnering with us for the LAN, and they very likely will be with us for going into the future beyond the LAN. So Bromeo, let's go to it. Who are these partners?
Well, I hope Prod's got something to make this more epic, but our new sponsors for RSC, especially the RSC LAN, is Near Streams. So here you go. Are we playing this with sound?
No, we're not playing it. We're going to talk over it.
Okay, amazing. So it is rather interesting that these guys have elected to join us, but they make webcams and they do mics. So a lot of the streaming setup stuff. And they were doing a tech showcase in Bloem because all of the stuff is new to South Africa. It's one of the biggest streaming providers in the States. and they've decided to bring it in here. So Nearstream is, it's exactly what it looks like: wireless mics, cams, that sort of stuff. So they are going to be coming in to our league and helping us out. They are going to be giving us equipment. They are going to be giving us expertise. They are going to be holding thumbs, giving us some good prizes as well, maybe for the LAN. So it gives you extra incentive to come through and enjoy it with us, because if you're good at it, or good at being in a team at least, there is a strong possibility you're going to be walking out with something very cool. So a big shout out to Nearstream, because they are rolling the dice on us as well, and they've been absolutely amazing so far. So I think one of the biggest things as well that they've offered to do for us is all of our interviews that we are going to be doing at Comic-Con next week are going to be done at their booth. So you can find us there, you can chat to us there, and come podcast and all of those things. We'll have interviews and videos from all the players, all the people involved. And that's all thanks to Nearstream, because honestly, they're doing the absolute most.
Nearstream they're filling an important niche. So if you want to start streaming, this is a brand to have a look at, because webcams, microphones, remote microphones, wireless microphones, green screens, lights, anything for a streaming setup, they will provide. And they are a far and they are an affordable option for getting going, for getting started. So it has been. And a lot of people, possibly some of them in chat right now, I've spoken to, like, listen, you got to get a webcam. We want to see you. And webcams can be pricey. They can be expensive. They have good quality, affordable webcams, and everything you need to get streaming. So we're thrilled to have them. And what that means is that we will have a crowd cam at LAN. We'll be able to focus on the players during, so it's not just going to be a bunch of talking heads casting and in game. We'll get the crowd view, we'll get the player view, we will have live interviews. This is going to be a content dream this entire day of LAN. So and they're bringing all of that equipment. So between them and our broadcaster Genesis Extreme, who are going to be there live on LAN, we are going to have, from a production content point of view, an exceptional day. So once again, shout out to Nearstream. Welcome aboard. Welcome to RSC. Welcome to Rocket League. Thrilled to have you.
Man, I am so chuffed, because this filled a gap that I didn't even realize we needed, because we started talking about hosting a LAN, and we realized, well, there's a lot of stuff that you need for a LAN, and we didn't even consider the fact that we were just going to beg, borrow, and steal until we got there. And I'm just so grateful to these guys for stepping up and going, hey, we would actually love to. And that has been one of the nicest experiences I've had so far. So brilliant. Welcome, Nearstream. And you guys are going to love it, because not only are they helping RSC bring a LAN to you, they're also planning on giving you some cool stuff too. So keep your eyes peeled, and don't take your eyes away, because they've also, are we going to talk about this for Comic-Con next week?
For what?
For well, now I guess we have to talk about it. It is the tickets are proudly sponsored by Nearstream. They have found a way, begged, borrowed, and stolen on their own to help bring Comic-Con to you guys. So at the end of the stream, we'll be taking names from the community. Whoever, I think, should we do the one, or just whoever happens to be in chat right now?
No. Well, when we get there, we'll do a thing, because there are some rules around. You can't just enter. You got to be able to get there. So there's a few things around that, but we are at the end of the stream. We're giving away 3 tickets to Comic-Con today. We will give another 3 away next Monday on the podcast. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we can stop watching this video now. My
Yeah, no,
goodness
no,
gracious,
I'm
I
getting
get it.
vertigo. I realized I should have included a couple of the other videos that they have because I didn't know that we're going to be looping it for so long.
Well,
But
do you know what? You shared the folder with me, and it's like folders within folders, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the one I've got. It was like a special treasure hunt on its own, trying to find videos there. But that is near stream, so they do have a booth. They have a booth at Comic-Con, and coincidentally, it is fairly close to where the Rocket League is going to be played. So we will be using their booth to go and do interviews. And I see I think Zan said we should interview Ravi. And absolutely, if Ravi is at Comic-Con, and he is going to be at Comic-Con, we're going to grab you and have an interview. And we're going to get as many interviews as we possibly can. And then I see Rumble Truck is here. Hello, Rumble Truck. I did see you slide into chat. Good to see you there. And are we gonna mention? So we put out a call. I got in touch with everyone who has so far expressed and said, "Listen, I'm going to be at the LAN." And said, "Listen, we need some help with a variety of things." We've gotten a list of 10 or 11 people who are keen to be involved. We are still looking for help. We need everything from just your general dog's body to people who can organize a braai, people who can cook a decent slice, a decent piece of vors.
That's especially important. Please do not downplay it. A braai master is a serious responsibility, and sorry for taking your thunder away, TV, but we need as much help as possible. So even if you don't think you have any applicable skills, I guarantee you there's a job at LAN that you hadn't even thought about that you would probably be perfect for, like possibly making these really, really cool stickers, these holographic stickers. They're pretty damn awesome, but I haven't figured out what we're going to be putting them on yet, but maybe lanyards. But I'm not very good at sticking on lanyards, so if there is somebody who is, get in touch, please. We need as much help as possible. They say many hands make lighter work, and it is very, very true in this case, because else Greybeard is going to go even grayer, and then I'll be the next Greybeard because I'll also be gray. So
I'll be dead beard.
So yeah, please get in touch. Come join the fun. But also I must do the weekly request. If you do want to come to LAN at the 4th of October in Stellenbosch, we would love to have you. It's not going to cost you anything. You don't need to bring any equipment except a controller and a cable, and it's just straight up good vibes. So I'm going to post a link quickly once I've figured out where the link is, and that is just a form that you can just go, "Hey, I'm from Cape Town and I'm coming," or "Hey, I'm from Joburg and I want to come, but it's looking a little bit dicey right now. My mom says no, but I might convince her later." That is what we would love to know, so that we can plan and prepare as well as we can for whoever wants to come. And here is the link. So if you're interested, fill it in. It'll take you 2 seconds and it'll help us out a lot. And let's possibly make this the best LAN ever. There's holographic stickers already, so please, there's already high expectations.
When you say best LAN ever, compared to what? Because it's our first RSC LAN.
All of the LANs.
Okay, all of the.
If there was a LAN, this one's going to be better. That's it.
Going to be much more gooder. And so, just to put it out there, at Comic-Con, Jeff, yes, you will be being interviewed. So, because I see there was a bit of back and forth on that in chat. Jeff, you are scheduled right now for an interview. Comic-Con Bromeo is just over a week away. 10 days from now, Comic-Con gets underway. And I got to show this picture.
That's amazing.
That picture on the left and the right was sent to me by Voodoo. And he's had a jersey with my name put on it, a Unity jersey. I will be wearing that every day of Comic-Con. In all the years I've been doing this, I've only ever gotten merch once, and that was from Orlando Pirates, and they're not even involved in Rocket League anymore. and now for the second time, I will have an org jersey, and it will have my name on it. So huge shout out to Voodoo and to Unity for getting me a graybeard jersey. I'm properly stoked about that. So yes.
Not to take away your thunder, that is an amazing shirt. But can Dank, our lovely prod man, can you just please put this up on stream? I just posted it in the chat so that you can show it as well. Stop laughing, prod. It's not that funny. I promise. But I see GB's number 5. Is there a reason around the number 5? Is it just a number that you love?
Yeah, Voodoo said pick a number between 1 and from 1 to 9. So I was like, everyone likes to pick 7, or I don't know. It was fairly at random. I think I landed on 5 because I'm in my 50s. So that was like,
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
it's a cool looking number. I can get behind it. It's a pretty slick. How we looking there, Dank? Are you ready for me?
While he's doing that, so Vinko has said that it sounds like I'm going to be getting a highball shirt as well. So there we go. My attire for Comic-Con has been sorted.
I love that. I love that so much. I think it's one of the coolest things that an org can do is get shirts made, because it makes real something that's chilling in the virtual world, and it's a constant reminder that you're doing some cool stuff with your time. And so big props to Unity for printing out a shirt there. I will find out some. Sorry, Mr. Prod.
There you go.
There we go. And just have a look there on your left-hand side. That is a picture that I got from Unity Voodoo as well, right above my head. This one, that is mine, and I picked the number 0 because it was between 1 and 9, and I was like, why not 0? And he's like, you could pick 0. So I did. So there you have it. And trust, if Unity do another print run, I suggest you get in on this, because these are some of the sickest jerseys I've seen in a hot minute. And I bought their first round of jerseys. So even the first ones were cool, but these ones are even cooler. So big props to Unity. Well done on getting this done. And I can't wait to rep it. So thank you. And the rest of your orgs, my DMs are open if you want my sizing.
And where's mine, Voodoo? Dank's like, hold on a second. Now, the schedule for Comic-Con. Comic-Con goes from next Thursday, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. As far as Rocket League is concerned, it also goes to it goes to the 30th. Comic-Con as a whole goes to Sunday the 31st, but Rocket League will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we've just been given the schedule, and I don't know how Bromeo and I are expected to survive that. We are casting it. Rocket League starts at 9:30 in the morning and finishes at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday and Friday. Every match is being streamed, with the grand final on Saturday afternoon. So Rocket League all day Thursday, all day Friday, and most of Saturday. So Saturdays when the big finals are. Now the tickets are sold out. We are going to be giving away Saturday tickets. Are we doing the Saturday tickets this week or next week, Bromeo?
We're doing the Friday tickets today, and then we are doing Saturday tickets next week on stream. So 3 tickets for Friday tonight, and 3 tickets for the Saturday next week, Monday.
All right, so that's what we're giving away, and I'm hoping we'll get some other tickets to give away, but we will see. But Comic-Con getting bigger and more popular as the years roll on, so kind of hard to get in there. But hopefully enough of the Rocket League community can get in that we can have a really lekker get together on Saturday after the finals are wrapped up. But perhaps now we should give away 3 tickets. Now, are we gonna get all the names and then spin the wheel 3 times, or do one giveaway, one do it again giveaway? How do we want to do this, bro?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll spin it, do the giveaway, and then do another spin, and then giveaway, and then do another spin, and then giveaway. So in chat, if you're able to come to Comic-Con on Friday next week, put 1 in chat so we can enter you into this giveaway, because there's no point in giving it to somebody who can't come or won't come. But 1 ticket is guaranteed to be given away to somebody who can come. So, yeah, 1 in chat, please, boys and girls, if you do want to come on Friday.
So Friday, the 29th of August. Put a 1 in chat if you want a ticket for Comic-Con on Friday, the 29th of August. It's going to be very awkward if we don't get anybody entering this.
Then it goes to the Discord, and then we run one there, because we thought we'd put it out to the loyal watchers here. But if there's people who can't make it, then it's okay. We'll just put out a massive poll on the Discord server and let all the boys and girls go there. So currently, Jeff is like, yeah, pick me. I need a.
Well, Jeff is already coming. He's competing.
And then there's Yeben. Yeben, yes. Where's Silver's? Where's Silver? I know that he doesn't have tickets. Put 1 in that chat.
Well, he needs to be in chat.
Yeah, he does. Where is Silver? He's probably doing something that not gets tickets.
Should we? I'm wondering the giveaway. He wants one for his family. Okay. So if there aren't enough people here to go there, then maybe we should revert to something on Discord.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Guns competing?
I don't even know.
Guns, you're in a team, aren't you?
Yeah.
Also for his family.
Wanting the family tickets. Okay, so yes. What we're going to do is we're going to count this one as 3 votes in the Discord chat. So it'll count for something for you having been here and put it in now. And for everybody else who votes in Discord, they'll get 1. But you'll get a collective of 4. And knowing that you were here for your 3 votes and 1 for there. So you're 4 times more likely to win a ticket just for having put 1 in chat now. So
that's Jeff, Urban, Guns, and Flocy. And
yeah.
I see.
I see our Dank production has a sense of humor, because the winner goes to Dank Avocado.
Dank Avocado. He gets all 3 tickets.
Oh, what a man. What a man. But yeah, so what we're going to do is I'll put out a poll on Discord if you would like to go on Friday, but you don't have a ticket. And let's be honest, you don't, because you left it too late and now you can't come. So this is a great opportunity for you to come, and it won't cost you a cent. So I will be posting out that poll. GB, you can actually talk while I do this, because we can do it right now.
No, go for it. Do it right now. I mean, you say, sure, GB talk. I think we've covered all the things. there is a Rumble tournament. Registrations on that closed today. 39 teams have signed up for Rumble 3v3, which starts on Friday. A lot of EU peeps there. But now, other than that, we are pretty much on the downhill as far as high-level RLCS Rocket League goes. We're on the downhill to Worlds. Worlds starts in 3 weeks' time. So on Wednesday, 3 weeks is the start of Worlds. And we are hoping that on the Sunday, no, I beg your pardon, it's 4 weeks. Hold on, what's the date on Thursday? 28th. So
27th.
or 11, 80, yeah, 3 weeks, three and a bit weeks to Worlds. And we're hoping on Sunday, the 14th, that there will be announcements with regard to the start of next season, how that's going to work. And importantly, what, if any, rule changes there are going to be. So we gotta keep our eyes on that. And I will be in the Netherlands during Worlds. And I'm so close to Lyon, but I won't be there because I'm boycotting any RLCS lands until there's proper SSA representation there. So hopefully that. Well, Dank Avocado will be there. Okay, well you can rep us there, Dank. So hopefully that'll be cool. And there was the Syntax has slid into chat. Hello, Syntax. And asking who won EWC. What were you doing over the weekend that you weren't watching? Shout out to GK though; they did incredibly well, making the grand finals, but then getting hard clapped by Carmine Corp. But I don't see Carmine Corp taking I don't see them winning Worlds. I think they've burnt themselves out here at EWC. But so they've had their fun. All right. Well, I think that's it. Did you win with your Discord poll?
I'm still busy typing it out, but there is a slight correction, and I don't know why it didn't click when we were talking about this. But the tickets are for the Thursday and the Friday, not for the Saturday. So the poll's going to be for the Thursday and for the Friday. Unfortunately, Saturday, that sucks. There are no tickets, and even our corporate friends couldn't even get a slick of them. So I will be updating that. I will be writing the dates, but only react to it if you can make it. But yes, this is your best opportunity to come hang out with us and possibly say a few words on stream for all your friends and family. I promise we won't broadcast it if you do sound funny though.
And then I will be, and I'm only going to do this on my return from the Netherlands. I get back on the 16th of September. And then I will be starting my road to the oldest grand champ in the world stream series. I'm lining up a few teammates to see if I can get back to being the world's oldest grand champion. So that's just, I guess, some personal news on the side. And Bromeo, I think that wraps it. Is there anything chat wants to talk about? Any issues we haven't raised that need raising? Now is your time. We got a few minutes before the end. But Bromeo, have we covered all the important bits?
I do believe we have covered pretty much everything.
We haven't spoken too much about the FIFA eWorld Cup. And there will be news coming on that in terms of the qualifying process, the selection process, how that's all going to work. So hopefully we'll get news of that so we know how South Africa is going to be represented. There's a couple of questions because we do know there is going to be regional qualifiers. Last year, with the inaugural one, they invited 16 teams from around the world, and South Africa was one of them. They're not doing that this year. This year, every country who wants to compete will have to compete in a regional tournament. I'm just not 100% sure of how the regions are divided up and whether Morocco and South Africa are in the same region. I do know that Reunion Island is being counted as its own country for the purposes of FIFA, which means that Reunion will be able to field a roster to compete in the regional tournament and maybe have a shot at representing Reunion at the World Cup. But news to come on that. But that's huge news, and that's happening. I guess the downside is it's around the 19th of December, so it's like right on Christmas. And I know, I mean, South Africa, the way we treat the December season, it's like a whole month of weirdness. And if anything happens around Christmas, we can't do it. So I imagine we're going to have players not playing because it's close to Christmas. So there we go. Ashy, so just to be clear, to play for South Africa, you have to be South African. To play for Reunion, you have to be. So whatever country you're playing for, you have to be a citizen of that country. So it's not just like, hey, sure, come and play for South Africa, even though you've never been yet. It's not like the RLCS in that case. Yeah, no Spanish will be representing South Africa in the World Cup. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Last call, chat. Last call, Bromeo. Anything else we need to bring up?
No, I'm good. I think I've yapped enough today.
All right, good. I'm trying to see if there's anyone worth following. I think we are going to go and follow Monstercaster. That's the plan was to go and raids because Raids was going to be streaming the preseason game he's in, but he's getting too many dropped frames, so he decided not to stream, which is unfortunate. So we should say that if you haven't bought your case of Slayer yet, now is the time. Go and pre-order. And there is some big news coming with regard to the availability of the Gamer Serum, but we're not allowed to make that announcement, but we will as soon as we are able. So with that all said, I'm going to start the raid on Munts. Go and say how's it to Munts. Tell him he's to stop playing whatever game he's playing and he should play a real game like Rocket League. So, ladies, gentlemen, I may or may not stream some of the Rumble tournament. I haven't decided if I'm up for it or not. But worst case scenario, we will be back next Monday for episode 13 of Just Saying, season 2 of Just Saying. And now I'm going to see if I can I go and do this raid yet? I can. Let's go and raid Months. Go and say hello to him. Go and follow me if you aren't. Peace. Until next time. Bye. What is he fucking playing here? Okay, great. Thank you.